All right, everybody, welcome back. We are working on item 4, this typical section view. I'm going to, in this second video, create a section view headed through the column and then do some annotation up here in the actual section view. So let's do that. Of course, I'm simply going to activate the view, zoom in, and create this view. So actually, I think what I will do is create it via an alternate method, just because, well, I can. And here's a video to show the different types of ways to create objects. So I am simply going to select the original view callout that it created and copy it. And I'm going to copy it from its current location up to a location that is on the same spot, and click it into place. Hit escape a couple times. I have that view. I now am going to shrink down my view even more so that all I see is, I basically see no depth in this section. And then I'm going to nudge it down so it rests directly on the dimension line, hopefully so that there's no lack of clarity there. And it is, of course, as you can see in my project browser, the only other section that exists. It's section 2. And here I can deactivate the view now and drag section 2 onto my drawing sheet. So there is some value in doing this, and we'll see the value here in a second. I'm going to line up my, actually what I'm going to do here is use this blue dash preview showing that the actual views are lined up vertically. So this level 1 and level 3 will be perfectly lined up. So here is the value, right? The crop region stays the same, so I don't have to adjust it now. The grid, of course, is lined up, and the scale is already the same. So there really is value in now having duplicated, or I should say copied, that first section to represent the section. So just as a heads up, that's can be a very nice tool. All right, so I'm going to zoom into this view and clean up some annotation here. And I'm going to be, of course, shortening some levels and lengthening the other side. Welcome to repetitive Revit Annotation 101. It's always got to happen. So as I look at this, actually, I do want to adjust my view crop. So I'm going to turn it on. I need to extend the bottom down. I want to see the bottom of my column. Looks like I'm going to have to go quite a bit further. Yeah, that's probably as far as I need to go. And I want to extend it off to the right a little bit more. All right, so I think that's reasonable. And the annotation that we're going to add here is annotation that's going to show my column or cut pattern. I'll put some wood on there. And then I also want to show that this column is buried in concrete, so I'm going to create a region for that as well. All right. So this is pretty basic stuff. I've got my annotate, and I'm going to create a filled region. I want my filled region to be wood 2, and I'm going to draw a rectangle, and I'll just go from the bottom right-hand corner up to above where my crop region is. I guess, yep. Nope, I lose my alignment with the left edge of the column if I go by the crop region. So I'll accept that. Hit my green check mark. And I have clearly shows that that's a wood column. So in addition, notice now that the wood column covers over the concrete and the compacted gravel below it. And so now I will adjust that crop region down a little bit so that I show wood all the way up. All right, so one more filled region. And let's see if I have concrete in here somewhere. And it doesn't look like I do. So I'm going to add that. But for now, I guess I'll just choose diagonal down. I guess I'll choose diagonal crosshatch as my one option. All right, so I'm going to start this, I want my crosshatch to show around the wood column. So to start with, I'm going to choose the lines of the wood column and the bottom of my compacted gravel. Doesn't look like it's going to allow me to choose that, so I will draw lines for that. There's a horizontal line there, and I will do one more on this side. And then I have some trimming to do. So I'm going to trim, yeah, I guess I didn't quite get the line I was looking for. So I'll delete that last line that I drew. Trim to a corner here. And now draw that line over on the left and then trim it as well. And what I want to highlight is that when I'm drawing lines, I have the option to define the line style. And here I've chosen thin. So now I want to draw some just kind of jagged lines around this edge, but quite frankly, I don't want to see the outside boundary of those lines. And when I do that, I have the option to choose to draw invisible lines. So that's what I'm going to do. So now to create an enclosed region, I'm just going to make a couple clicks here to sort of randomly enclose my sketch. Notice that the lines that I'm in, when I'm in the drawing mode, I can see those lines. As soon as I click the green check mark, those lines are going to disappear and I have a check or a crosshatch in the background. Okay, so if what I would prefer to have those show up in concrete, and I just don't have concrete hatch pattern in this file, so I'm just going to leave this the way it is. All right, so I'm going to exit this view, and of course now I have to readjust its location and the title bar. I'll do that off camera and let you guys complete that. What I want to highlight before I close this video is that the sections that I have created in these sessions show up now in my floor plan, and they are section views that are both specific to the foundation plan. So I don't want those section views showing up in an architectural floor plan. So I'm going to edit this floor plan and hide these two section views. And notice I'm doing this, what I'm going to say, relatively soon after I've created the section views. My perspective is for organization, it's important to create a view, use the view, browse the project, and delete the callouts. Hide the callouts in unwanted views relatively soon. Again, it's always helpful to keep my views clear and clean on a project. It can get tedious at times, and you've definitely got my empathy. Boy, I got to tell you, you get 15, 20 pages in a project, and it's actually not uncommon to spend 10 or 15 minutes browsing through those pages after creating just one view. Okay, so this is the end of the foundation plan in item 4. We're going to close this out. Hopefully it's helpful, and we'll see you in the next round of videos.